Hello, my name is Gareth. You're watching the Hub Online Network. It's an interesting day today. We got lots of stuff to get through, so let's get... Hang on, I actually have an intro that I forgot to read here. Let's just pretend I restarted. COVID, Nova Scotia, floods, and it's the Queen's birthday. Let's get started. So I wanted to start off the show today with another moment of silence for the people of Nova Scotia. There have been more crime scenes found and more loss of life. Currently the death toll is up to 23, so I wanted to acknowledge that. So yeah, that is quite the situation going on over there, and of course all of our thoughts and prayers are out for all the people in Nova Scotia, especially those that are affected by this terrible tragedy. We do have Jessica watching the chats right now, so she is at home. Thank you, Jessica, for everything you're doing. Let's get started with the numbers. So the worldwide total, if I can find it here, is, sorry, I'm back to my new system. So I was out in the other room, now I'm back in here, and I just got to get everything back up and running. It's been a very busy day with the floods. We're going to get to the floods here in just a sec. Come on, computer. Come on, computer. Why don't we talk about the local numbers? So new cases today, there are 25 new cases, bringing our total to 1,724 in British Columbia. So that's 707 in Vancouver, which is +7. Fraser Health is 715, which is +10. On the island, they have 7 new cases, bringing their total to 109. Interior Health has no new cases. We're sitting at 153. And Northern Health has +1. They're at 40. There's one additional death currently, bringing our total to 86. There are 404 serious cases. Those don't seem right. Anyway, there is a new outbreak in the United Poultry Company. The plant, this is in Vancouver, the plant has been shut down. It's located in Van. Bonnie Henry said that there is no evidence that the chicken being processed out of this plant is being contaminated, but you should still be careful anyway when handling raw chicken. So there are 28 confirmed cases out of the plant, and those numbers were not reflected in the main tally from today. So you can add these numbers to that tally. The reason for this is the numbers from this, when people got tested and were tested positive, they came in yesterday once they already had these numbers, so they didn't prop them up. So tomorrow will probably be a bigger number day, so keep that in mind. Now, let's talk about the flood going on. I actually have a little bit of a video that I did a little bit earlier today that we did live on Facebook. So check this out while I prepare the rest of my flood talk. Good. Hello, my name is Gareth. You're watching the Hub Online Network. We are live right now down at the Cache Creek Fire Hall, where they're preparing for more flooding. They did flood last night, late last night, or it did breach over here. So anyway, there's been lots of updates about this. So as of today, the village of Cache Creek has declared a local state of emergency. So what that means, and I'm just going to read this whole thing to you here, is whereas there is a flooding event within the jurisdiction of the village of Cache Creek, and whereas the flooding poses an existing or imminent threat to people and property within the areas in the vicinity of Cache Creek between Courts Road and eastern boundary of the village of Cache Creek. Now, therefore, it is hereby ordered pursuant of Section 12 of an Emergency Program Act that a state of local emergency exists within the village of Cache Creek for properties in the vicinity of Cache Creek due to flooding.
It is further ordered that the Village of Cache Creek, its employees, servants, and agents are empowered pursuant to Section 13 of the Emergency Program Act to do all acts and implement all procedures that are considered necessary to prevent or to alleviate the effects of the emergency. Ordered by Mayor Sandro Tallarico as of today. So that being said, now let's just take a look around at what's going on here. So there are lots of bobcats. There's bobcats over here and on the other side of the fire hall. And there's backhoes and stuff over here. They put in a lot of riprap or rocks to try and hold the banks on either side of the river in check. So hopefully that holds. You can see all of the big sandbags and cinder blocks that have been put up to help protect the fire hall. A couple years ago, the water came up and went right through the fire hall, causing a lot of damage. I gotta say, good job to the village for being proactive and being able to facilitate everything that's been going on here. This is the main, main area that does get flooded out and creates a lot of problems. So then we have a public notice of stage 4 water restrictions. So if you're watching in Cache Creek, stage 4 water restrictions for emergency repairs. This limits water usage until further notice. So for any purpose other than drinking, food prep, and personal hygiene. So no watering your lawns, anything in excess of drinking, food prep, and personal hygiene is not allowed on the stage 4 water restriction in Cache Creek. We also have, so if you are living on in the vicinity of the Cache Creek River and or Bonaparte, because they are expecting the Bonaparte River to go up as well. If you're living in anywhere pursuant to those areas, residents who require sandbags. So sand and bags are available to be filled at the old recycling area near the post office, in the library parking lot, and the Trans-Canada Highway, and at the far end of Cache Creek Park. So there are several places that you can go to get sand and bags, by the post office, in the parking lot at the library, and at the far end of the Cache Creek Park. So if you please maintain physical distancing, as we also are in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. So remember, COVID-19, keep your physical distance. Post office, library, and north end of Cache Creek Park. Now there have been a few evacuation orders as well. So pursuant to Section 12, an evacuation order has been issued by the Village of Cache Creek due to imminent danger for life safety caused by flooding of the Cache Creek. So members of the RCMP and other applicable agencies will be expediting this action. The evacuation order is in effect for Cache Creek Motor Inn. So that is the hotel that has the subway attached to it. So the Cache Creek Motor Inn has been evacuated. Dairy Queen has not been evacuated yet. There are still people going through the drive-through. So what you must do is tenants have been notified. Please register at the ESS. So there is a emergency reception area attached to the Cache Creek Community Hall. So if you are in the area of the Cache Creek Motor Inn, or there's another one as well. If you are on Ports Road or Brookside Campground, so anywhere along the riverbank that follows Cache Creek, if you're in any of those houses to the Brookside Campground, you're also on evacuation order. So please follow the travel route provided and register at the ESS Reception Center located at the Community Hall. If you need transportation assistance from the area, advise the person providing this notice or call the Reception Center at 250-457-3081. Again, if you need help and or transportation, call 250-457-3081. Shut off all gas and electrical appliances and other refrigerators and freezers. Close all windows and doors. Close gates, but do not lock. Gather your family, and if you have room, take neighbors or someone in need that needs transportation. Do not use more vehicles than you have to. take critical items, medicine, purses, wallets, and keys only if they are immediately available. Take pets in pet kennels or on leashes. Do not use a telephone unless you need emergency services. So don't call this number unless you need something. This is not a question line, this is a response line. Other information will be issued as needed as the situation changes. Mayor Santo Tellerico. So we also have an update from the Equality Project here. They have also been evacuated, and they say, a quick update, the Equality Project, as of noon today, they have been evacuated. The village of Cache Creek is saying that they will be evacuated for at least 7 days. We are hoping the village will be able to change that order and let us get back to serve our people soon. Thank you, Hub Online Network. So if you were expecting help from the Equality Project due to COVID-19 or just for any other reason, they have been shut down for at least 7 days based off of an evacuation order. So anyway, let's take one more quick pan around just to see all the work that's being done. If you have any questions or concerns, you can email me at hon@ashcrofthub.com. I will be doing my normal show at 4 o'clock today, so check in there. I'll try and have more details as to what's going on. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, and if you're evacuated, again, stay safe. Hope everybody is doing well, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much.
So that was my report from earlier today. There has been several updates from what's been going on. So we are going to read an excerpt from Charlene Nelson, who lives on the creek and was measuring heights of water over the last couple of days. So she's saying that it rose 13 inches from the 16th to the 18th, and then 22 inches from the 18th to the 19th. And last night it rose a lot, too unsafe for her to measure. But today it is down from last night, but still up 10 inches from the 19th. And then last night, again, as I said in my video, it did crest the water on, or the concrete on Quartz Road by the fire hall. Hence why all of the machinery and big sandbags and cinder blocks were there. And again, good job to... let's do that. How's it? Let me know if that's better, Jessica. So again, good job to the village and to the council for being proactive on all this stuff. And but we do have a little video from what Charlene's talking about here. Please, Charlene, though, stay safe. We don't want a repeat of what happened a few years ago with our fire chief. So please, if you can, not go any closer to the river than necessary or the creek than necessary. Don't do that if you can avoid it. Now, other updates from this are, okay, so note to residents. Due to the current flooding situation, the village water line flushing that was planned for this week has been postponed. And there are now currently 9 properties, and this might be slightly old information. Lots of things have changed, but Wendy Coomer, Councillor Coomer, did a interview with Radio NL, and so this is an excerpt from that from this morning. So there are now 9 properties evacuated in Cache Creek as the village is under a local state of emergency. Emergency Operations Center spokesperson and village councillor Wendy Coomer says the evacuation includes the Brookside campground and 2 motels. She tells Radio NL that about 50 people have been evacuated since last night altogether. As our families and as our friends and neighbors in Cache Creek deal with flooding issues in the community, now this is from Barbara Roden, Mayor Barbara Roden. As our friends and neighbors in Cache Creek deal with flooding issues in the community, the village of Ashcroft is ready to help with whatever resources are needed to assist them. The Brookside campground is under evacuation order, and the village has received a request from Cache Creek Emergency Support Services to house 1 couple in their RV at the Legacy Park. Their unit is fully self-contained, and they are aware of the need for physical distancing. Power and water has been provided. The washroom shower facility at the Legacy Park remains closed. Again, through all of this, we're going through COVID-19, of course. So when it rains, it floods. The village has increased the area of evacuation alerts. Now, this is new, to include residents of the Bonaparte River side of Old Caribou Road, the Bonaparte River side of Nugget Road, and the Sage and Sands Mobile Home Park. Now, RCMP are in the process of delivering the notices. If you don't receive a notice, you are not on alert. If you do receive an alert notice, please take it seriously and be ready to evacuate if you receive an order to do so. Anyone receiving an evacuation order should proceed to the ESS Reception Center at the Community Hall for accommodation and food vouchers. Now, my wife, Amelia, did call me before I went on live today. We do live in the Sage and Sands Mobile Home Park, so that is a true thing. RCMP is going through handing out evacuation notices. That is to say that people aren't evacuated yet. These are evacuation alerts to be prepared to be evacuated. This is another excerpt from an interview that journalist Barbara Roden did with Mayor Tallarico the other day. So as it deals with COVID-19 pandemic and its effects on the 2020 budget, the village of Cache Creek is also looking ahead at flood season. And Mayor Santo Tallarico says that steps have already been taken in order to ensure that the community and its residents are prepared. And sandbags are available at the north end of the Cache Creek Park, and again at the library and at the old recycling area by the post office. So now that I'm through all that kind of stuff, if you are wanting to call in and talk about this, give me a call at 778-694-4662. I'll take your call. We can still lower. I don't think there's much I can do about that right now, Jessica. I need to pick up more batteries for our lapel mics. So I'll try and talk louder. Now, sandbags are available at the north end of Cache Creek, says Mayor Tallarico. Sandbags have already been filled by members of the Cache Creek Volunteer Fire Department, which have probably already been used, and have been stockpiled for those who need them, and residents are also able to go to the park and fill bags for personal use. You have to bring your own shovel. Keep that in mind. It's a good idea for people to choose to think proactively. The village has also stockpiled riprap so that it's available at short notice. And since Saturday night, they have been coming through the Sage and Sands Mobile Home Park to the water treatment area where they had the riprap stockpiled. So they have been in there since Saturday night, all day, every day, bringing riprap out and dropping it off at the affected area, mainly where I was showing the previous video of me going live earlier today. So there is a message of hope from the village saying that they do feel that they are prepared for this emergency and they will be doing whatever they can to make this easy. So that's pretty much all the updates that I currently have from any sources. I don't see anything new currently on Facebook. The village has increased. Okay, I've already read that. What we will do now is Jessica has prepared a video for a fundraiser that the Hub is doing. So please check this out. And Christopher Somner, I will answer your question once we are back after this video.
Welcome to my kitchen, a fitting place to be to announce this month's Hub fundraiser. For April, we are partnering with Epicure to help you answer the dreaded "what's for dinner" and now "what's for lunch" question and helping the Hub with its fundraising goals. At Epicure, we're all about good food real fast, providing easy, fast, and delicious meal solutions that the whole family will love. Not only are all our products gluten-free and nut-free, they're also sugar and salt conscious, so no matter what diet you eat, from vegan to the current fad diet, I think it's called cook whatever happens to be in your pantry, we've got dinner solutions for you. We have 3 amazing collections to choose from: our weeknight dinner collection, our healthier desserts collection, and our extraordinary trio collection. With weeknight dinners, you get a whole week's worth of meal. Enjoy mac and cheese, tacos, one-pot pasta, cha-cha chili, and pulled pork, or chicken, or even spicy lentils. Now, dessert is my favorite meal, and these healthier versions are amazing. Enjoy chocolate velvet cheesecake, chocolate brownies, and chocolate pudding. The extraordinary trio includes 3 of our favorite spice blends: cheddar, chive, and bacon, 3 onion, and lemon dilly. Use them together to make delicious dip, or use them on their own to flavor veggies, meat, eggs, or even make your own homemade tzatziki sauce or salad dressings. The weeknight dinner and healthy desserts collections are both $20, and the extraordinary trio set is $25, and 40% of that goes to the Hub to help them keep programming costs low, bring in new programs, and support the overall running of the Hub building. Order yours before April 28th. You can order by calling me at 250-457-7128 or head online to theashcrofthub.perfectmind.com and click on the Products tab. Join me later this week as I showcase some of the options in the collections. Thank you for your continuing support of the Ashcroft Hub. Now more than ever, we are cooking at home. Now more than ever, we need to make healthier choices. And now more than ever, we need to support everyone in our community. And now more than ever, we are in this together.
All right, so we're back. Thank you, Jessica, for that. Now, Christopher, this is just my opinion. I don't normally give my opinion on these shows, but in my opinion, the Sage and Sands Mobile Home Park is a sturdy piece of land. Over the last several years, when we have had flooding, it has not flooded. We have had seepage, but it has not flooded like it has with the rest of Cache Creek. Now, that being said, I do say we should be following the order of the possible evacuation order. Because you never know. This is supposed to be a 20-year high water event, so being prepared never hurts. Up to this point, they have not evacuated the Sage and Sands Mobile Home Park yet, but being ready to go is always a good plan. Don't wait till the last minute, just in case. So that is my personal opinion. It is a sturdy piece of land. Again, it hasn't happened over the last couple of times that we've flooded, so it's possible that it won't happen again. And I know that the owners are working very hard to sandbag the water line. Of course, I'm married to the family that owns the Sage and Sands Mobile Home Park. They are working very hard to do that right now as we speak. So take that as you will. You should probably be prepared just in case. Now, moving on. Now, as that video of Jessica's was going, I checked to make sure if there's anything new about this emerging issue. There has been no more new updates. So we're going to move on from that situation. And if something else happens tonight, of course, I will go live again from the site and do another update if it is warranted. So now, moving on. So Skip's run, of course, is postponed. I talked about this yesterday. The quality project is now shut down, of course, for the next 7 days. But in Ashcroft, you still have access to soups on Friday. And the Elizabeth Fry Society is open for food bank and counseling services as necessary. Now, if you are at home and you need help, you can call 250-457-3422. This is not related to flood issues. This is for the COVID-19 specific, sort of specific idea. So this is if you need groceries dropped off, if you need spiritual help, if you need your mail picked up, prescriptions, any of that kind of stuff, you call 250-457-3422. And they'll be able to hook you up with all sorts of different material. Now, I suppose it's very possible that this helpline might be able to start helping people in Cache Creek due to the flood, but I have not confirmed that with this line yet. So if they're not able to help you, that's not something that I'm actually advocating. It's just a possibility. So take that in mind, and thank you everyone. There are lots of volunteers standing by with this group, so thank you everyone that is working very hard on that project. And if you have any questions or concerns, of course, you can email me at hon@ashcrofthub.com, and we can talk about any issues that you wanted to bring up, or you can call me right now at 778-694-4662. So, yesterday we also talked about how the Desert Days has been canceled for this year. I'm very sorry to hear about that because I worked with them last year to put up a big movie screen. And that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed being there. Stephen Rice, Mavornian, Jan, you guys were doing a bang-up job setting it all up. So it's a very big shame that you had to shut it down this year. However, I have spoken with Jan Schmidt, who is one of the runners of the Desert Days group, and he and I are talking about how we might be able to facilitate a Desert Days in video form. So there might be something coming down the pipe. It's not confirmed yet. Hopefully Jan and I can work something out with the musicians, and the Hub Online Network can make that happen. Also on May 4th, talking about the Hub on, you know what? I'm getting ahead of myself. To showcase how much fun we had at Desert Days, we do have a little clip from a video that we did there last year.
Hey guys, I'm Dana Foster and you are watching the Hub Online Network, and we are live on location at the very fun and famous Desert Days, and here I have the very famous Joe Petty. Alright, so you are the designer of these fabulous tie-dye t-shirts.
Yep.
How did you decide, and how did the whole process start for you to make the t-shirts?
Well, Jan is a really old friend of ours, and he came over. We're talking about Desert Days in our basement, and we're just chatting things up, and he said that it's the 50th anniversary of Woodstock, 10th anniversary of Desert Days. So he said, when we're looking for somebody to tie-dye t-shirts, and I was in a really high mood, and I went, yeah, I can do that. So that's how it started. It was all Jan's idea.
And gotta give credit where it's due. But how long did the making the t-shirts take you?
It was a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't take days off. I took one day off in there.
You just tie-dyed everything?
I just tie-dyed.
Every single piece is handmade, so they're all original pieces. Have you done this before?
When I was a kid,
yeah,
and I did it once as an adult for a minute or two. Yeah.
So it's scrunching the t-shirts and then elastic band, right? And then you just put the dye all over it.
Yeah, some of them to get the spiral and stuff. You twist it this way and that way, and you just move it all around. So I learned a lot. There's a lot. You can take it to quite extremes with designs and stuff. These guys are just scrunched up. That looks. Oh no, that was a bit of a twirl.
They're $25. Can
$25.
people get them even after the Desert Days? Will people still be able to purchase them?
There's only 3 left. That's
There's
it.
only 3 left.
There's
all
3
right.
left. The rest sold.
All right, so we've got these beautiful tie-dye t-shirts. You are the creator of it, and how long have you been going to the Desert Day Festival?
Since it began.
Really?
Yeah. The genre is so widespread. It's just awesome because there's something for everybody.
Yeah.
Right? Every type of music we have. People telling jokes. It's great.
All right, and the number one reason why people who are watching right now should come and check out the festival or next year, what would you say? Why to come?
For the love.
For the love.
It's a peaceful little festival, and everybody smiles.
All right, you've been watching the Hub Online Network. This is Joe Petty, the creator of these fabulous tie-dyed shirts. Thanks for watching.
So thank you to Dana Foster for that interview last year. Thank you to Joe Petty for doing that interview last year. Again, sorry to say that Desert Days is canceled for this coming season, but we'll try and do something to work with them. Now, to talk about the Hub Online Network for a few minutes, we do have a sort of launch party, a celebration of the fact that we've been around for almost a year. This is bringing to a close the contract of our co-worker Dana Foster on Friday. So she will be going on to greener pastures. So Friday, instead of doing this show at 4, we're going to be having our celebration. So make sure that you stay tuned for that. One of the things that we are hoping to have is a bunch of photos and small videos from the communities in regards to our Hub Online scavenger hunt. So this is something that you can go around town in both Ashcroft and Cache Creek and take little photos and videos of you doing the things listed on the scavenger hunt. You can send in your submissions to HON@ashcrofthub.com, and we'll be taking and we'll be having some kind of a there'll be a lot of prizes for Friday. So A, if you're watching, B, if you've done the scavenger hunt, you'll be eligible to win some prizes that we will be having on that day. The other thing that we're doing right now is we're looking at the type of programming that you want to see. So right now, for the rest of the week, we're going to be doing this show every day at 4, other than Friday where we have our celebration. But we're wondering if you want this everyday situation to continue, or if you're wanting to have it Mondays and Fridays, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, having some form of different content. So it's not that you're going to get less content, it's just that it's going to be a little bit with a different focus. So again, if you would like to go to our Facebook page, find that poll, make your choice, and let us know what you want. We will make our programming choices accordingly. And again, thank you to everyone that's watching. We have had a lot of really good feedback from doing these updates, but the COVID-19 situation is sort of flattening out. So there's not so many new updates in Ashcroft and Cache Creek specifically. And we want to be able to do more talking about our area more specifically. So keep that in mind. Now, going back to what's going on with COVID-19 in the country and the province, over 6 million people have applied for the CERB alone. So if you have applied for this benefit, has it helped you? Please let me know. We would love to know because I'm not on the CERB, I don't know what it's like to be on it. So let us know. Also, remember that this is a taxable payment and you have to reapply every month for it. So if you're thinking that you've applied once and now you're just going to get it for the next 3 months, you have to reapply. And they're going to come after you at tax time, so keep that in mind as well. Also, if you have applied for the business benefit, I know that it hasn't fully been enrolled yet, but if you've applied, do you feel that it's actually going to help you? It has the paying your employees 25% to the government, 75% helped you at all? Have you been having problem keeping your employees if you are a part-time establishment? Again, you can email us at hon@ashcrofthub.com. Now, yesterday, John Horgan unveiled a new collaborative framework that will help ensure people living in rural, remote, and Indigenous communities in BC have access to critical health care that can count on to meet their unique needs during the COVID-19 pandemic and into the future. Now, this is something that affects us specifically in Ashcroft, as we live in a rural area, and we have a health site that is not so much in decline anymore, but it's no longer at its old grand stature. So we've been having a lot of problems with our local health care. And now, this framework outlines immediate actions to improve healthcare services and respond to the COVID-19 pandemic, including improved medical transportation options to larger centers, including flights and ambulance. And as I said yesterday, what this means is they have said that they're going to be bringing out 55 new ambulances in the interior health and northern health areas, and 55 air support. So that's planes and or helicopters. So that is a huge parceling out of resources and materials to our area. This is going to include housing options for people looking to self-isolate near their families while remaining in their home communities, new and faster COVID-19 testing technology, culturally safe contact tracing that supports the privacy in small communities, access to virtual doctors of the day, a program that connects First Nations members and their families in remote communities to a doctor or nurse practitioner using video conferencing, options for accommodation near larger centers with more medical services, and increased mental health support in communities. So local leadership will determine how these services operate in their communities, with the priority being to ensure residents can make informed choices about how they receive care. Now, yesterday we got a phone call from David Dirksen, a local representative that is part of this local leadership team. And he's saying that it's looking like it's going to be a very positive outreaching for our area. So thank you, David, for what you're doing with that group. Now, I do believe I have, I have one more thing to talk about, and it's this thing. So, TNRD updates COVID-19 procedures at solid waste facilities. So Kamloops, BC, on April 21st, effective immediately, all regularly accepted waste and recyclables, including yard waste, will once again be allowed at TNRD landfills, eco depots, and transfer stations. So everything is able to be taken back to the TNRD transfer stations, and so that is awesome news. For a while there, it was just yard waste and household garbage. So thank you to the TNRD for opening that back up for everybody. I know people have been sitting on a lot of stuff. I actually had a question today while I was out filming my bit about the floods. Someone was asking what they're able to take up. So now they're going to be able to take up everything that they want to take because they're moving and they need to get rid of their stuff. So that being said, what I didn't get a chance to say is the new numbers. Sorry to come back to this, but the new numbers for worldwide. And so that is sitting at, in total cases, what have I done now? 2,554,806 total confirmed cases worldwide. 41,029 people in critical condition. 176,279 total deceased around the world. 1,679,930 active cases. So of the 2,555,243, 1,679,930 are active, and of that large number, 41,029 people are in critical condition. But 698,123 people have recovered. And as always, if you have recovered from this, I hope that you're feeling better. And if you're watching this somehow, please let us know. Email us, hon@ashcrofthub.com. We would love to hear your story. That would be an awesome bit of news for us to be able to report on if you are a survivor of COVID-19. Now I'm just going to give one last little look over. I'm sorry, this is going to be dead here for just 1 second. I want to make sure that there's nothing new that I can report on. I don't see anything. So I'm going to call it there. I got to go make sure that we are not evacuated from our home. So thank you all very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe this show, all that good stuff. We'll be back here tomorrow at 4 with new updates. And if there's anything new to report about the flood, we'll be doing that tonight if it's warranted. Otherwise, we'll see you guys tomorrow at 4. Thank you again for watching. Christopher, thank you for chatting with us. And we will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourselves a good evening. Stay safe. And yeah.